What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Something I want to talk about today, and that is perfectionism. Man, oh man, is this my worst enemy. It's a good thing, but it can obviously be a bad thing as well. And my whole life, I have struggled with perfectionism. Now, I know that nobody is perfect. Nobody can be perfect. Perfect really doesn't exist. Unless, of course, I guess you're a machine, but they fail too. I've always had this problem with going overboard and doing too much. And you really got to know when to go overboard and pull back and do little, like less is more. I've just always had this problem with taking too much time to work on things. And matter of factly, I'm working on a project now, and I'm kind of catching myself do this. I'm at the point now where I'm just so used to it, and I really don't put myself in that situation, nor do I think it's healthy, and I know it's not healthy, so I don't do that. But every once in a while, I still struggle with it. Now, when I was younger, I definitely struggled a whole lot more with it because, well, I was younger and I thought everything had to be flat out amazing. And just the intensity level of always trying to perform really good and outdo yourself is just, it's not realistic. It's funny because it's one of those things where I would catch myself doing it. I'm like, man, I'm spending way too much time on this part. Let's use like editing for an example. And it's funny because I recently talked about this, but something like editing, it's like, when to do this, when to not do this. Is it taking up your time? Could you move to something else that's more beneficial? Because editing is very time consuming. And being a perfectionist is very time consuming. It can be very draining and demanding, and you can put a whole bunch of pressure on yourself. I think there's ways of handling it, ways of doing things without that mental strain. You can't keep carrying that weight of intensity. So to constantly try and outdo yourself it's difficult. It's very difficult to do something and then outdo that thing and then turn around and keep going. Most of the time, which is funny, people don't look at these details. A lot of times that's just you. I have to do this, put this here, put that on top of this. I mean, obviously you do it for a reason. It does something for it. It can be a multitude of things that you do detail-wise that people aren't even aware of. But the point I'm trying to make here with all of this is the details and the small things that you're stressing about can be applied to everyday life. You've heard the saying, don't sweat the small things. Well, there you go. 9 times out of 10, we find ourselves in situations where we are worrying about things that are completely unnecessary, things that don't change things and have no significance on our everyday life. Perfectionism is such a thing that a lot of people strive for, even though they know that, hey, you can't accomplish perfect. Whatever that thing that you're doing, don't spend too much time on. Don't let it stress you out. Have fun with it, because if you're having fun while working at whatever you're doing and trying to improve, you're going to perform so much better than being under stress. Stress and strain is the quickest way to burn yourself out or just mentally fatigue yourself and really put you out of the mood to do whatever it is that you are trying to pursue. Something I had to do was take a step back, not worry about the small things, focus on what's important, and don't lose sight and focus of that. All right, well, that's my video for today, and I will see you guys on the next one.